any initiative you carried out before in data governance as a data governance manager?
Okay. Okay, so well, I can say that in my role in my previous work as a data governor,
Wow, I love that. Yep.
um, I was involved in the protection of the protection of data
That's correct. Yep.
and the security of data to the company.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Use the star.
okay, use the star formula.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Uh,
start all over again.
Star formula, the formulation. Stay. I'll do with the star.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Situation. So the task, which is the job that I did. What I did was I was able to gather informations
Mm-hmm.
regarding so I was able to look into previous information system of the company
Yeah.
by making changes or rectifying so for example, say the formulations or the method for which we were entering data into the system. Example could be date of birth, address, um, postcode. So the things that were not in line, I was able to put everything, collect information, and regularize and put everything in one system to
Yeah.
make life easy for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know we spoke about the was it the greenfield and brownfield?
You are speaking to me now, so you know what you said.
Okay, I
I,
think
I want you to start again. Look, go to the just go straight to the chat box
uh-huh.
and use that because I know somebody put what or the format you should follow based on what you're about to say. If you go
Mhm.
there and follow it,
Okay, right. So the situation is in my previous job as a data governance,
yeah,
I was employed there, and my role at the time was to gather information and to look into the current data system within the company.
that's correct.
And my job was to look for any setbacks or anything that is not improving marketing sales in that company because I was responsible for gathering all the information regarding how business will move forward.
That's correct.
And the situation at the time was that uh, there were some discrepancies between the information we had on the system, and
Mm-hmm.
my job was to rectify the information and make that information uniform across the board and to make things easier for us
Mm-hmm.
and to make things easier for the stakeholders as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to deal with the complaint and rectify that complaint
Mm-hmm.
and pass on the job that I have rectified to stakeholders and to the directors who were very happy with my suggestions.
That's good.
So I communicated with the team
Yeah.
within the level that's required,
Mm-hmm.
and it is agreed that the changes that I have made um, is relevant, and hopefully that will improve the improvement or state or the sales or the quality of data. So we're able to look into who is having access to certain data,
Mm-hmm.
and we were looking into who should have access or who shouldn't have access.
Yeah.
And then we're looking into the quality of our data to make sure that it's not being compromised in any form or shape. Then we could look into the legal aspect to see if we are following the required uh, law.
Mhm.
So the action that followed was that upon the review, upon the changes that we have made to how we manage our data, we realized that all the loopholes have been blocked and we've rectified all the mistakes. And the board of directors and all the stakeholders have agreed with the new formulation that we've created. For example, we've looked into how or who may have access to different part of our data and security, keeping everything private.
Mhm.
And we've seen how we can keep our data safe so that it doesn't get compromised. And bearing in mind that we have to follow the ethical values and some legal aspect that we need to follow as well.
Good.
Um,
You finish?
yes, please.
You try.
I'm just
Yeah, you try. You see, if you follow the STAR
yes,
process, what you do, I gave you a model already.
yes,
And that model, if you always look at it all the time,
yes.
it's not just only going to help you in a, it's not just only going to help you your um in your data governance alone, but also it's going to help you everywhere you have an interview. You have to talk about the situation, your situation, and the situation you met. How did you mitigate against it? And what did you do?
Mm,
Very important. Okay? Very important when you are dealing with data. And
mhm.
when you're dealing with someone who you're facing as an interviewer, okay? You'll be able to sell yourself.
Right.
Mm, okay?
So when you deal with the situation, was that the problem that need to be solved?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's every problem has got solutions.
Yes.
Every problem has definitely got solutions. So if you don't work according to what has been put in place, it will kind of very difficult for you to to achieve your goal. The first thing you do is to highlight the initiative, which occur clearly. You said security, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that data protection. All right.
Mm,
So you need to explain the data protection initiative properly by providing it in context or on why it was important to have that data protection and in your company because it costing your enterprise a great deal of a breach. Okay. Well, and what are the challenges aimed to address? So that's how you highlight the initiative. You have to
okay.
move further by quantify the impact of the initiative if
Mm-hmm.
you are successful in your initiative, such as how much that data security will improve, or how it could positively influence decision-making process in that company where you work. You need to also demonstrate problem-solving skills by actually illustrate the problem-solving skills you utilize during the initiative.
Mm,
What are the solving skills you use? And also discuss how you identify the issues of that data protection. How did you do that? How did you identify that?
mm,
How do you devise strategies and implement the same thing, the same strategy to cumulative solutions that we provide a marginal profit, which is called the value that is expected to buy into. Okay?
yes.
And you can also move forward by laying emphasis on how you pay attention to detail during your initiative
Mm.
by ensuring data protection are accurately done and have integrity. However, you can also discuss the specific method and processing you use to maintain that high quality data protection
Okay.
as well. And you can also move further by communicating collaboratively to all functional departments, across functional departments,
Yeah.
highlighting any teamwork involved in the initiative. You have to bring it out and showcase your ability to work effectively with others to achieve your common goals. Okay,
Mm.
which in this case is data protection. Okay, so and you need to also showcase analytical skills that you carry out in order to ensure that the people, the interviewer will have to know analytical tools you also carry out and the techniques you use to analyze the breach or maybe data protection inadequacies, and also how you identify the quality issues with that data protection issues that you log in. You know, in that, you need to also highlight your ability to draw meaningful insight from the data protection that you are trying to achieve. The area that are also very trip with you when you also saying that, oh, the management was so happy with it is
Mm.
very good, very, very good as well. So, but that where before doing that, you need to also demonstrate by illustrating your ability to adapt to changing requirements and or unexpected challenges during the time you carry out the initiative.
Okay.
In this case, it's your data protection.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to describe how you adjusted your strategies, the long-term plan, or approaches that you carry out as needed as then in case there is obstacles. So you have to be flexible.
Mm.
So by so doing, you provide examples of success, which of course you made mention of in you share specific examples and success stories where you now say your manager was very, very good in it. So that initiative and describe challenge phase, action taken, and positive outcomes of the achievement. Maybe data protection was enhancing uh, by the establishment with maybe probably 30%, 35%, and the reward of course.
Mm.
Then, most important thing that you must not forget is the continuous improvement of the protection you you put together. So
Yes.
you must highlight your commitment to continue to improve the data protection in your enterprise. So that you just lay more emphasis on any follow-up actions or ongoing efforts to sustain. It's about sustainability of that initiative you put together to
Mm.
enhance the data protection standards.
Okay. So that's to do with, so we're talking about the reviews. You've done it, you need to review.
Mhm. Yeah, every time, because if you don't review and see how it's been sustained,
Yes, okay.
the initiative doesn't add meaning to
Yes.
it. It has to be meaningful.
Okay.
And especially, you want to align it with company values as well. So that is where the selling point is. So if you align with the values and priorities of the company, it's very important because that is the key. And when you do that, any interviewer will always know that you have come to. What I'm giving to you now is very key.
Mm.
It's very key. So you don't play with it at all.
Mm.
If you continue to be having that kind of initiative, explaining what you have done in a company, follow those guidelines, use this star, it will be very nice for you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So, um, I know you talk about protection, safeguarding. That's what you talk about because it's the last lesson, okay?
Yeah.
But I want to lay emphasis on something that is very good when you're talking about such initiative. you need to define, understand what's safeguarding that word protection. And that implies both privacy and security. So you must mention definite guides to the compliance and regulations and also have the strategy to it. So what you do, you give an introduction of what you have, highlight the initiative, okay, and also define what you're there for. Make sure the make sure you point the kind of um, regulations that you are complying to because policies involved. Okay, you do a team. You have a team, a cross-functional group who work with you, a team of data owners, and not excluding the legal team as well. So that you, in consultation with maybe if it's in America, you look at your regulation, which is HIPAA.
PPA. Yeah.
Okay, that is what? Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. But if it's California, you're dealing with
PC.
CPA. You know what that means?
No.
That's California Customer Privacy Act. That most cases when you're dealing with CRO, CRM, Customer Relation Management System in most cases. And also probably use if it's a protection that has to do with a PCI DSS, and that is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Those regulations, you must at least, the platform you're working with, you must use at least one. If it's in Europe, you know what we're talking about, GDPR.
Yes.
So you just say, yeah, the regulation that we are policy comply with is this and that and that. So when you're explaining that initiative, you must also bring those regulations into the compliance. So then don't forget to talk about the strategy for protecting the sensitive data as well. And whether the strategy can say data encryption, access control and identify management. And also you can regular data audits with assessment. You can also talk about employee training and awareness as well. It's a best practice as well. So I don't know if you understand what the best practice is. Have you heard of what best practice before?
Yeah, I think we spoke about that last time.
Yeah, so what do you think is best practice?
I think best practice is the agreed the standard practice or the agreed practice in place.
So do you want to look at your note? Because I said people should write it down. So best practice is the most acceptable practice, that the best superior and most acceptable practice that has produced the best result ever compared with alternatives. So including what? Updating, isn't it? Okay. So always remember that it's a go with standard. So if you don't work according to standard, it's not best practice. So that would be like management practice. So the differential that occur between best practice and management practice is what we call SOP. SOP, have you heard the concept of SOP before? The acronym, it means that standard procedure, operating procedure.
Operating procedure.
Yeah, so if people don't follow the standards, it will not be best practice, there will be loopholes. And on that basis, one will not achieve what it has set out in the beginning. So then what will happen next is to do evaluation. And when you do evaluation, you have to start all over again and monitor every situation, every stage of the process. It's very important. That's a management issue. So, right. So we're going to talk about differently today. Okay. All right.
92.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you, sir.
So, sorry?
I say thank you.
Yeah. So next time I'm still gonna ask you,
Mhm.
Paul, have you got time to say yourself in 3 minutes? If you don't, let me start teaching today, and we'll get there.
I don't mind trying.
Okay, that's very good. I love the trying. Please do.
Okay. In my previous role, I led a data quality initiative
Wow. Yeah.
pointing at the improving the accuracy and consistency of customer information.
Oh.
In the organization.
Yeah.
In the organization database.
Yeah.
I realized that there is an outdated and inconsistent data was laundering within the marketing effort.
Wow.
I led the team to execute checks and process, enhance or increase the data quality. As a result of this finding, I note as a result of this, I saw that 30% reduction in the data records, and in my process of doing this, I have a 20% increase to enhance the rate, to enhance the company management rate, and improvement in the revenue growth in the organization I was working on.
Wow.
During my initiative, I encountered a series of multiples of challenges. Identifying the root cause of these data discrepancies. Developing my robotic situation, I utilize my problem-solving skill in action through data quality collaborative with the IT team to refine the data entry process, implement data validation scriptures to catch errors before they enter the system.
Yeah.
My careful attention into the data was my measure in maintaining data accuracy, the data process. I executed rigid validation checks, ensured my data integrities carefully, reviewed data cleansing process, and provide training section to colleagues in the best practice, accurate data entry. I also collaborate with cross-functional team, which I facilitate regular meetings to discuss process, solicit input from stakeholders, increase departmental aims at transparencies and teamwork to achieve my objective. So that is what I can say up to for now.
Thank you so much. That is a very good attempt. A good attempt. Thank you. In fact, if you continue to be saying this or having all the time, you'll be able to sell yourself that question is always, you're going to be seeing that in any interview. Can you tell me what you have done before? Okay. You don't need to make it complex. You can come with data protection side. You can come with, just customer. You can also come within my previous role. I led a team, a data governance initiative focused on what? Improving data quality on CRM platform, okay, or system. Thoroughly, you carry a thorough data analysis, to ascertain the root causes of data inconsistencies and redundancy. You work closely with cross-functional, the team to establish data quality rules and implement data validation checks, at various stages of data entry and processing. Okay, and as a result, what happened? Errors reduced by 13% and within 6 months, and improve customer insight. In customer insight means customer understanding and more accurate reporting for strategic decision making. So simple.
Okay.
So simple. And make sure you master it like that. Master it. Don't need to spend too long in it. And by the time that you have able to communicate, you have showcased that you know your field in your previous job, whether greenfield or brownfield. In this case, it's like more or less brownfield. Okay.
Yeah.
And how you're able to lead it means that you actually led the initiative and you focus on improving data quality, that you have defined and highlighted what your quality, what your initiative is, and then what do you intend to do with your team. You to find the root cause of the data inconsistency and redundancy, and then you also mention working across collaborative with a cross-functional team. That is a communication, also collaborative working. And then what did you all do together? You establish data quality rules and implement the same in order to have data validation checks. You're doing these things like you have put so many things in it.
Yeah.
You're able to do that, so good. Those are, I love that. I love that. And I always advise people to get themselves ready to face any interview. Okay. Tony, what can you say about Paul?
I think Paul has done very, very well.
You think
I'm very impressed, yes.
You think all you know.
And I've learned from him, yes.
Yeah, so
Paul, well done.
Thank you.
This initiative, guidelines for that, I have sent it to you people. Any literature you receive, please make use of it. Okay? Yes. Make use of it because the job is there. We need people who are sound to get themselves there. That's why they're highly paid. Okay? All right.
Pastor, there's one thing. The thing you sent me of those Excel and this thing, I couldn't. They couldn't download it, so I don't know if you can, because it went to my spam and I couldn't download it. So I don't know if you can resend it to me.
I will resend it, no problem. Okay.
All right.
Okay. But other already doing it. They so you can download it. Everyone has to do that. Everyone has to do that. I'm giving you 2 certifications that you must have to have.
Sorry, can I just say, if it's gone into your spam, you need to move it into your inbox. You can't download it from spam.
Okay, that's true. Yes.
So, all right. Thank you very much.
Move it to inbox.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much, Ife, to that effect. Okay. All right. Very good initiative. Good try, Tony. Good try, Paul, and every other person who come. I'm going to spend an hour with everyone here and now again from when we started. Okay. Can anyone see what I'm sharing?
Yeah.
Mastering the blueprint.
Is anything you're saying there, make sure you take it very serious. Okay, master the blueprint of success. So so this is very important. is about data architecture, principles of data modeling, warehousing, and integration. Okay, so, right, just an introduction. In the age of data-driven decision-making, where we need to have a very good decision-making in terms of strategy as well, your data architecture serves as a blueprint for success. If you want to build a house, an architect will come, and with the architect drawing the plan of the house, you discover that the house will be built properly, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good. It is the structural foundation that shapes how you collect. Structural. I think Mary will want me to highlight this. Highlight this.
Structural foundation.
Probably I will underline it. So it is the structural foundation that shapes how you collect, store, and harness your data asset. So what do you want me to highlight here?
Structural foundation that shapes how to collect.
Okay.
Those are the three, they are actually key. How to collect,
how to collect,
and harness your data assets.
Okay. And harness. Should I put harness? You want me to stop it here? Harness?
No,
Your
data assets. Data assets, the quality.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Data assets.
Okay. You know what I'm doing? I'm only trying to know my student and know whether they are following me. Okay.
I'm not copying anybody.
How you collect, store, and harness your data assets. So if you're asked an interview, what do you understand by it? What's your view about data? As you know, it's a data-driven decision-making process. How it's a blueprint for success. How is it a blueprint? It gives what is called structural foundation on how data are collected, stored, and harnessed for our data assets. Treat data as an asset because it's a valuable asset, okay? So to thrive in a data-rich landscape organization, any enterprise must understand, I like the word understand, and implement the core principles. So we have the core principle of data, I think Mary will tell me such a highlight principles.
Core principles.
Core principle, you must understand and implement the same. The core principle of data architecture will encompass data modeling, data warehouse, data integration.
Wow.
Okay, this is very, very important. So
data
what
modeling.
are the principles? What are the principles? Okay. Now, what are the principles here? So in context, we just read, we must understand and implement the core principles of data architecture. So encompassing what? What can you see here?
Data modeling.
Data modeling, data warehousing, and data integration. So what are the principles you can see here now?
Data architecture.
What are the principles of data architecture?
Data modeling.
Data modeling, data modeling.
Data
warehouse and data integration.
Yeah, data modeling. So let's take it from here. Agreed?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Data integration.
So next time when I call you, what did we discuss? You're able to tell me data what? Architecture. Yeah. What does it mean? It's actually, why do we need data architecture? It's good for in modern age-driven, data-driven decision-making. So it serves as a blueprint for success. And also, why is it served as a blueprint? Because it's a structural foundation that shapes what? How data are collected from people, store and harness your data assets. Okay, So within the landscape, what we enterprise, they must understand and implement the core principles of data architecture. What are the architecture? Is data modeling, data warehousing, and data what?
Data
integration, is it?
Good. Oh, Tony, are you asking question or you're telling?
No, I'm telling.
Okay, when you say easy, so you want to know. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. The power of data architecture. A, number one, data modeling. The core of data architecture lies data what? Modeling. What does it really imply? Okay? It's a process of defining the structure of your data. You have to define it. Have you done modeling of a house? Like architecture will have a model of a house put in front of reception so that everybody, oh, this is a new office that we'll be going. We are going to build this. Look at the model. Have you?
Yes.
So it gives you the structure of the data will be. It helps organize, create, or helps every organization to create a clear and organized representation of their data assets. For instance, look at instance. For instance, in an e-commerce platform, that means you do online business. Data modeling defines how product information will be, how customer data will be, and how order history are structured and related. This is for e-commerce, isn't it? You define product, you define the information about the product, and then the customer that is coming in and out, the history of the customer, and all related issues. Can you give me an example of that, of any e-commerce? Hello?
Hello?
Can you give me an example of that, of any e-commerce?
Amazon.
Thank you. Thank you. So simple. Can you explain a little bit Amazon for me?
So Amazon is an online e-commerce platform whereby you have different sellers.
Yes.
Different sellers showcase their product.
Yes.
To sell to the public, to the general audience.
Yes.
And in this process, of course, when you're buying things on Amazon, you have to impute your own data.
Product,
you collect
yes.
data from the customer, which
Yes.
has to do with your name,
yes,
your address, your phone number, and your email address, aside from your physical address.
I love that. I think I know you work in Amazon as a data governor. That is why. Who else again can tell me any?
eBay.
eBay. That was the one that entered my brain first before the data governance manager in Amazon came in. eBay. Who said eBay?
Tony.
Tony, explain what do you think about modeling of eBay will be?
Well, I mean, eBay, they put stuff on the net and then you can either bid or you can buy direct. And you log on, you sign on, you put your details, you have a password, and you buy on the system. You buy from someone who is selling, and they may need, after buying the item, before you check out, they need your address, your postcode. They need details about you, and you put that in there. And that information is usually stored on eBay website. Anytime you buy something, your address pops up, and that's it.
So how can you relate that with product information, customer data, and other history?
Well, because every time you buy something from eBay, or even for the first time you buy something from eBay, sometimes they ask you to put your information, your address, your postcode, your payment method,
Mhm.
and sometimes they ask you if you want to store that information, your payment method. This is a secured payment method.
Mhm.
So once you store that information, next time when you go to the website, the process of buying that good becomes very fast because they already got your information. You don't need to put your address anymore. When it gets to the checkout, they just say put your your PIN number for your card. But already before that, they got every other thing. So it's easy because they got your information. They made the process very fast.
Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. So simply put that every seller have their product information put in, then the customer data also within the enterprise, and there will be order history. You know, if you buy something from
Yes.
eBay, you
Mm.
can go to your order history. So
And
those things are already built as an architecture. It's so that everybody can have access to it.
and one thing I want to ask, I know you guys know about these computers so much. You know, like if you buy, say like you buy like a pair of shoe on eBay,
Mm.
you paid for the shoe,
Mm.
and you'll be very surprised that every time you go to that eBay, another shoe seller pops up.
That's it.
Because they have
That's why we're talking about related.
Yes.
So it's not only eBay, most e-commerce, because they look at your trace and what you like.
Okay.
And in most cases, depends on the threshold, and some people product come first than others, even when their prices are high. And after buying that one, you'll see at the bottom we just pop up bam, a £2, £5 difference, lower, less. So why is that I have to buy the one expensive first? There are so many things to it, so I don't want to go there. So, okay, that's good. That's good to know. Good to know.
We're
So
learning fast.
we're learning fast. Okay, another kind of architecture is data warehousing. Data warehousing is the art of designing and building what? Building what?
Repositories.
Repositories.
Let me look that up.
Repositories. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I highlight it, Mary?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
does repositories do?
Yes.
What does it do?
Repositioning. I don't know. You know?
Let's phone a friend. I'll phone Ife.
Who's that? Is that not if you're speaking? Who's this? Is that Mary?
That's Mary.
Oh, Mary.
I'll phone Ife.
If it's quiet today.
Repositories, actually what it does is efficiently, understand this word efficiently,
Mm-hmm.
efficiently store, organize, and manage data for analysis and reporting. That means if you're a data analyst and visualization officer, you just need to understand repository very well. Okay, so in that repository, that's where the warehouse of storage and how those data are well organized and managed.
Repository.
Yes, sir. Example of repository is, I just remembered now, is I'm trying to remember SharePoint.
Yeah?
SharePoint.
SharePoint. Yeah,
SharePoint.
Yeah. And she said Mary is a consultant. She's a planner, she's a consultant. So we have some SharePoint. Can you give me one example of SharePoint?
Well, I mean, I use SharePoint in my work, but I didn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
SharePoint.
So there should be where you can use SharePoint, especially when you are doing document control.
Yes.
And also, as a planner, you have to have a SharePoint with a project manager, project engineer, quantity surveyor. So be able to know this so that they can know points, a progress of planning, progress of jobs, and what have you done, what is less, and the work, the breakdown structure or work breakdown structure. They already need to know this on the SharePoint. They don't need to get in touch with you before anything that's done. You can get it. Anything they have done, they need to, put it there. We have a lot of SharePoint. There are even new ones coming out, softwares that they are using. Okay. Yeah. So Mary, have you got an example of the SharePoint?
Access points.
Yeah. You can
I don't know if I'm right.
You can use
SharePoints are like so SharePoints are document control folders where you can dump in stuff and everyone has access into it.
to it. Yeah. Okay.
So it's like us now, we're using our platform here, the chapter platform as a SharePoint. So whatever information anyone has, we dump in there and everyone has access to it.
So what example of SharePoint, what software that you use in SharePoint at the moment?
So you have SharePoint itself as an application. You have A-Sites, you have A-Connects, you have
Econet, that's Econet I wanted to refer to. Econet,
A-Sites, you have A-Sites. Those are all sharing platforms where you can share information.
Even
you can
Jira,
move around the projects. Yes. You have Jira, you have Confluence.
Yeah.
Then of course Power BI, where Power BI is more of a cleansing. It's more of a cleansing.
No, I don't go far.
Do you see when I said I wanted to call Ife? You see?
I don't go far, big. I don't go far.
No, the person we are talking about, she's an agile coach and
oh God.
A professional scrum master and a consultant is a planner. So she's also a data governance and certified data analyst. So all these things are, when you come to here, you learn things. And when I say do this software, you learn from it. You learn from it. So what you need now, so what you need is just, what have I heard that I need to know to get it? So Mary brought a SharePoint. So in the retail industry, data warehouse consolidate data for various sources such as what? Sales, inventory, customer information, okay? And also provide a holistic view for decision making. So always remember this, for example. Get this example, very important. Then we have data integration. Data integration is the bridge connecting the bridge, connecting disparate data, sources to what? To provide a unified and consistent view. You know what that means? You have so many data from different sources. You bring them what?
Together, integrate them.
Integrate them. That's what you're saying. Okay? And when you're going to be doing the Power BI, you're going to see how to integrate data. Okay? So this ensures that data flows seamlessly within the organization. For example, in a healthcare institution, data integration enables the correlation of patients' records, lab results, and billing data to provide comprehensive data private care. So if somebody wants to have a private care, if he has access to the data in that enterprise, he gets all the data that are integrated together. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that understood?
Yes.
So what do you want me to highlight here? Bridge to here.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always
Also, data flows
always
seamlessly within an organization.
You see that now? So I'm going to send you the
correlation.
I'm going to send you the.
Can we put correlation of page correlation?
Sorry?
Can we underline the correlation of the records? Correlation. So,
yeah.
correlation
Enables the correlation of patient's record, result, billing, and whatever. Okay, if you want me to do that, enable.
Yeah, the correlation is very important. Yeah.
Enable.
So
okay.
Correlates.
Yeah. So it's I should stop here.
Yeah. Correlation.
All right. Is that okay?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Principle of data correlation. Data standardization. Okay. Standardizing data definitions, formats, and naming convention is fundamental. Absolutely fundamental. What I mean fundamental is very essential in the beginning. That's what you need to start from. So this principle ensures that data is consistent and can easily be integrated. So why is it gonna be so very easy to integrate?
Well,
because it's consistent.
That's it.
Because it's consistent. Consistent in what? In what?
Because the format is
The
consistent.
format. Who is that person?
It's me. I'm joking. I'm only joking.
I love that.
I like to be you.
I love that. Yeah, because it's format. Format like what? Can you tell me how data are being standardized and classified?
I think we've done this before.
Yeah, that is before, but now what does it mean? The thing of the before?
It has to be uniform, I suppose.
Has to be uniform. How will it be uniform? Tell me an example. Because when you are facing an interview or you data governance, you speak from evidence, speak from example.
For example, date of birth are usually in a uniform format.
Must be.
It could be in numerical format, or it could be in words, say 2nd January 2024. So, but everything has to be correlating to that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Like what? For
Well,
example,
she just mentioned the date of birth. So, for example, in America, they write their date in a different way. In the UK, we write our date different way.
Yeah. What about name format?
The name could be maybe your first name, then your last name.
Last name.
Yeah.
Or last name, first name.
Or it could be initials and surname. So it depends on how however you want to set up that database. But having everything consistent is key.
Okay.
So the setting up is what? It's called the architecture.
Oh.
If you want to build a house, you need an architect. If you want to build a house, you need to know how to set up. That is what is there. So if another word when they say, how would you set up doing data? When you are telling you data architecture. So you deal with standard, even when in the regulatory body have standard. In building, we have European standard, we have IUPAC standard. How is it being done? Once at the point of entry, if the standard is wrong, it will just detect it because it will be alert when you have a automation system. Thank you. I love that. So don't forget that classification is very formal. If you want to store data, for example, it's MP4, MP3, PDF, or is it FDP? Is it PDF or FDP? Then we have Word document. We have different kind of format as well. But it has to be standardized. So we have also scalability. A robust data architecture must be scalable to accommodate the growing volume of data. Very, very important. If you are a data governance manager, you must consider when you are putting everything in place in terms of your policy. It must be big enough to accommodate the complexity of data you may handle in the nearest future, especially when you need to also migrate. Look at the word migrate to a higher platform, like if you want to use cloud instead of just another database. So, and your policies and principles and also regulations must be in compliance to that scalability. Okay. This question may come to you, say, okay, if you want to migrate from one platform to another, so how will you do it? You say, I think you're referring to scalability, or you can bring an example of a scalability. Okay, very important.
Okay, so I've just looked at the meaning here, man, on the internet. It's scalable means able to be expanded or made bigger.
That's it. If you look at it now, it should be capable of expanding storage.
Yeah.
A good one is Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Excel goes on and on and on.
Okay.
Did you see that now? Okay. So we have data security. Of course, we dealt much about this data security that day, isn't it?
Yes.
Data security is about protecting sensitive data, and is very
paramount.
So data architecture should include robust. You see, let me tell you, when you talk about data architecture, always prepare yourself for the word robust. Always, always, always. Because if you're not prepared yourself for a bigger, challenges that you may face in the future, it becomes somehow always, okay? What security measure in your architecture, your program, access controls and encryption to safeguard. Another word for safeguard is protection, information from missions. So you can't, when you want to safeguard, think about regulations as well. Okay?
Yeah.
In the financial sector, stringent data security is a regulatory what? Requirement. Yeah. So, of course, data quality assurance. This ensures that data data quality by implementing validation checks. When I was speaking the other time, talking about implemented validation checks, is very important because you want to know whether what you have put in place is validated. So that will give the assurance. The difference between assurance and insurance. Okay, so assurance is something that it will always work. Insurance is on your cover. So that assurance, anytime you talk about assurance, talking about quality. Okay, and it's just like a difference between warranty and guarantee. So in manufacturing, so the thing is that high quality data is critical for accurate analysis. So if the quality is not high, the analysis will have problem and it will affect the decision making. Let's have, for example, in manufacturing, data quality assurance minimizes production what? Defects and waste. When there's defects, then what will happen?
Waste.
Okay. Have you heard the word waste before? What is waste?
Something that's not useful or loss.
Do you all agree?
A loss when you lose something.
Do you all agree?
Waste, rubbish, refuse.
You're wasteful.
People now don't want to answer because they're not going to ask them questions.
There is one. I'm sorry, I'm not deviating. There's one thing they do on YouTube. The Nigerian guys do it about some boy who is, you ask him questions. If you ask him, he always gives the wrong answers, and don't know where you guys come across it. It's on TikTok, Facebook.
Okay. So do you know what's called waste?
Yeah.
Yes, unwanted.
Something that can no longer be used is waste.
Okay. Mary?
Unwanted products or items or
Okay. Can you
things
give me
I don't want anymore.
Can you give me an example of waste?
With probably
Junk.
if you do okay, let me use data as an example. If you do quality checks on data and you do data and cleansing, and so there are some data that you feel that they are not relevant.
Yes. Yeah, but what about being wasteful?
So it's not a waste because they're not relevant. They are I don't know if there's a word called data waste.
Yes. Data waste. Yeah. Data waste, when you delete what is relevant by mistake, you wasted that information.
Because you feel they are not relevant. There are things that they are no longer needed.
So, but what's waste then?
Because you've done your checks. Remember, you've done your checks, you've validated, you've done your checks, you've done your cleansing, you've done your quality monitoring, and the rest of the data, which you feel, okay. For example, maybe there's a need for you to get customer data, and you feel like why get maybe there's a particular information that is saying, okay, your spouse name. And you as a data governance, you might feel, why do we need spouse name? It's like you buying things on eBay, on Amazon, and they're asking that your next of kin, for example, your next of kin. And you're like, what do we need next of kin for? What do we need the address next of kin for? Though in some industry, you might need it, e.g. healthcare. But you're buying things on Amazon and they're asking of, where's your next of kin? And you'll be wondering, as a data governance, I mean, you're there to do the checks, I don't know if I'm making sense, sir.
Yeah, but excuse me, but when you read this sentence there, it tells you that defects and waste are the same word together. Defect.
When you say Toyota and Porsche, are they the same?
They're not the same.
So when you talk about that means they are different.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I attended evening school, so I tried to bring my evening school. Yeah.
Hello. Something can be defective and still be useful. What is a waste is a complete waste, meaning it's not redeemable. What is not redeemable is what is a waste.
Okay.
But defect
all right.
can still be redeemed.
Thank you for every try. You know why I'm asking you all these things?
Yeah.
Apart from my engineering background, I manage projects, big projects, and also my really, part of my kind of academic career. I've been a business manager, a manager, engineering management. I got master's in engineering from Brunel and also have MBA as well in business, and also my doctorate is in business, and also business intelligence certified. So however, for a very long time, when I'm imparting people on issue of business and management and the kind of issue of operations, I want you to understand that the word waste is one of the most powerful words you can ever think of. It means a lot to every organization. And that's why they are very careful. That's why we are having this training to avoid waste. So let me just simply enter so that you can define the waste by yourself, if you can. Have you been to a supermarket before?
Mm-hmm.
Only one person, Tony. Thank you. Tony?
Yes.
It's only you that have been to supermarket before.
Yes, many times I've been to supermarket.
Have you bought vegetables before?
Yes.
Okay. When you take the vegetable home, you cut some part of it, you put in the bin?
Sometimes.
Okay. So sometimes that means there you have an opportunity to cut at least the tip aspect of putting in the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that thing you cut out of that vegetable, did you pay for it?
I pay for it, yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
part of the whole.
when you buy the thing, do you know that you have invested your money in it? So let me put it that way around. When you went to the supermarket buying the thing, did you go with knife to cut that part of it? You tell them
No.
that, okay, this is what I will pay for. This one I won't use. Did you do that?
No.
No, I did not do that.
So
No.
you pay for the one, including the one you
will not use.
Is that correct, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you spend your money. So when you get home, you cut some of your money and put your money in the bin. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Hello?
That's true. But I never thought like that. But
Okay, you will say it now. That's what I want to define waste. And you put your money, you put your money in the bin. Is that correct?
oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
you call it waste bin, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want you to know how my personal definition. Please always, anytime you take it, you write it down, put my name there because quote me. I'm the one who put that definition. Anywhere I'm a lecturer or whatever, when I'm lecturing, I give them that in the management. The thing is that waste is an investment that is not needed at a time. In other words, waste is an investment that is not required at a time. Have you written it?
Yes. Waste is an
Yeah.
You now say quotation. Your brother says,
So we can reference you, okay?
reference me.
Waste.
You will not get the definition anywhere.
Waste is
okay?
investment.
And I will explain it further. There's a hand that is up. Efe?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, what you just said now got me thinking. We take all our junk to the junk yard or scrap yard. We say they are waste, but those people there, they take them.
I'm gonna move further to that one. Yeah. Yeah.
So all our packages, all our packaging to the junkyard or waste or scrap yard, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It's waste as far as I'm concerned. But they see it as being useful because they take it again, recycle it, and then sell it back to me again.
Thank you. Thank you. So when I say at a time, people will not understand where I'm coming from. I'm taking it easy now. Ekurume, are you still here? When you say waste is totally waste, nothing. No.
No.
The thing
yes, I'm here.
The thing you put in the bin, you cut some of your money there, isn't it?
Yes.
And then they will come and carry your bin. Those people who carry your bin, do you pay for them? Do you pay council that come and carry your bin? Do you pay council tax?
Yes.
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 You pay to carry your money that you put in the bin, and you still pay.
No, this is not the payment small as you talk on.
Okay, and then the people who you pay will carry the same bin and take it to renewable energy, and they will recirculate it and have a renewable energy produce electricity for you. And you pay for the electricity too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I agree to you. So waste is an investment.
An investment.
So, sir, I have a question to ask.
Go ask.
Okay. So my own definition of waste is not just at it at all. And also my second question is, in data, do we renew or do we redefine waste? Or is there something like,
If you look at what I put there, say for instance in manufacturing, data quality assurance, minimizing production defects.
Yes.
Yes.
Very sensible.
Makes sense. And have a data quality assurance. If defects will be reduced. Thereby, if defects is reduced, it will reduce waste of that manufacturing product.
And that will improve
So data improves production. And if the data are not right, the raw materials, you may use them, but it will not work. You have wasted something.
Yes.
So let me keep it in context again, like as your question implied. They delete data. When you delete data, the data is not useful to you. That does not mean you wasted it. Because anything can only be wasted when it's an investment. If something is not useful to you, it's not useful to you. Because first of all, that data, you never bought it. If you bought data, before you buy data, you already know that that data is useful for you. But whatever that you think you have wasted is used for another area. So I know some people go to toilet because some people haven't been to toilet before since they were born. So whatever that you deposit in that place is being used to generate electricity. So what you think about waste, every waste is an investment. But I want all of us to know, as Tony has said, I never thought of it like that before. That's why we have this training. If your hand is up, I'm about
I think I should start charging them for that too.
Yeah, of course, there are somebody who actually converted urine and everything in Nigeria to produce electricity in his own house.
Hey.
Go and bring one of my books for me.
Yeah, so it's very important. Yeah. So is that okay? Please let me finish on time because I have to finish on time. Okay? All right. Is that understood?
Yes.
So Mary, do you want me to highlight defects and waste?
Yes, sir.
Anything?
Defects and waste.
Yeah. Anything anybody tell me, if Mary haven't signed it, I won't.
No, it's a fee.
So we have flexibility and agility. During data architecture, you have to apply agile. Okay, you have to be adaptable and accommodate and more able to have accommodate change in business needs. So if the business is moving, you have to be quick for that change to take place. That's where you have flexibility. So it must be agile and adaptable to a quick change. So when you are doing your architecture and kind of setting up your data program, it has to be more agile and flexible to any change. So
okay.
Very important. Don't be too rigid. Let's talk about a real life situation. You know, like Mary, who is a data governance, manager in Amazon.
Amen.
All right. So Amazon employs sophisticated data modeling techniques to analyze user behavior, how people behave and preferences. Okay. Feeding their recommendation, engine. So what is that? If Tony always buy from Amazon, they will know that Tony will always come to buy. They will feed him some information about new update of such product. So designed to use like that, okay? Walmart, inventory management, warehousing and integration architecture allow them to efficiently manage and replenish inventory control models, inventory. So they will know their replacement timing, and so that they will need to stock out in a real time. In fact, this is really good, real time across thousands of stores. So this has led to improved customer satisfaction and save costing. Okay, very important. Real time is the key here. I mean, they know automation. They know when they are stocking out. They know ordering level. They know when to order, and they know lead time, commodity, long lead time commodities and short ones as well. So they know the ordering level time. Okay, and this is my feed. I've written and developed an inventory control model for principal raw material in a productive organization using both backward and forward recursive equation on inventory control models. So we need to always understand lead time, you know, of all items. We have planners here, we have consultants here. So if you are planning for your listing for, you know, planning for manufacture, if not planning for construction, you know, especially when you are when you are planning for tendering. So you should be able to know lead times of each commodity that need to be, you know, installed in your construction site. Okay. How long will it take? When would that be ordered? How long will it take for manufacturer and deliver? Will it meet up with the timing that is expected to be installed in your planning? And also, will it be with the cost, if you're having a cost loading program, planning, would the cost of production or cost of delivery affect the planning by virtue of inflation rate or the terrain or regional factors that are affecting the production? So all these things are things that need to be coming to your planning, especially when you cost loading your planning you know, program for construction. And also, if you are planning in a CRN, you should be able to know the order time so that you plan how, when to order, and why it should reach at a certain time, why some people buy things before summer so that you know, they can still enjoy it. And when would people advertise the thing that you plan to come during summer, to be used in summer? If by the time you advertise, oh, next summer, autumn is coming, this thing will be featuring. That's why you see some advertisement, big boards showing things ahead of the summer or whatever. So they know when to plan and all those things come if you are operating with CRM, you know, system. So these things are very important. And that's what woman is doing. You know, the lead times, you need how to inventory control system, real time across thousands of stores so they don't lack. Because if you want to buy something from a store, a restaurant, for example, and you say they don't have, you go next day, they don't have, that is will affect customer insights and also reputation as well. So when you are designing your program, the architectural aspect of it must be in line with the principle. This is a kind of real world situation. And the healthcare analytics in the healthcare sector, data architecture principles enable hospitals and research institutes to integrate. Integrate what?
Between health records.
Should I?
Underline.
Underline.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, where? Yeah.
Let Mary help me.
Let Mary, I need to
Mary,
help
me, Mary.
Mary, you want us to underline to the end? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my mouse is playing up, sir.
Do you want us to underline to the end?
No, sir, don't.
Okay.
Hold on, sir. Let me
look at it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so in the healthcare sector, data architecture principle enable hospitals and research institutions to do what?
To integrate.
Integrate.
Starting from integration.
Yes.
Which is very important.
Records.
Yeah, to where?
The records, clinical, leading to, yeah.
To the end, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's approved.
Approved.
Oh, thank you.
Have you learned something today?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So conclusion is that data architecture is the keystone. When you hear the word keystone, I think I should underline this.
Yes.
To unlock full potential of digital age. Okay. All right. By embracing data modeling and data warehousing, and data integration, organization can do what? Lay the foundation
for accurate
analysis and have what? Proper informed decision making in the competitive environment. This is very, very. So when you're going to be talking about in a competitive environment, data architecture actually is the foundation for accurate analysis and information decision making. So you can say it from any angle, provided you know what you're talking about. Okay. So, any question? Any question?
No.
Okay. So what did we discuss today? Is data what?
Data architecture.
Data architecture.
It's a master and a blueprint of success.
Yeah.
So it requires principles. Okay.
Yeah.
It's conditional. Require principles, which also encompass what? Modeling, warehousing, and integration. Okay. And we talk about the modeling, very, very important. We're talking about structure of your data. Modeling defines the structure. So let me highlight this one. Tony and Mary escaped this. Okay, very important. We're talking about e-commerce where data governance manager in Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah. So mention what happened then. Tony in working in as eBay data governance. Okay. So you're able to define all of them together. So thank you for coming today, and always come on time because there are questions that are being asked before now. You need to present yourself how an initiative you have always carried out is something that you have to really do. Thank you for those who presented today, Tony and Paul. I know Selassie presented last time. We must learn how to present ourselves. I've sent the guidelines to you. Always, if you have any issue, please do not hesitate to contact me. I will always prepare you before any time you are prompted to prepare yourself. Is that okay?
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. And I also want everyone here to call me one-on-one. I need to discuss with you all. From tomorrow, I may send an assignment, group all of you together, group all of you differently, assign you to a tutor, and you do your assignment practical as we begin to go on. So it has to be this week. This week, I may even draw a program so that we can have time to meet one of the evenings or two of the evenings to make sure things are done properly. Is that okay, everyone?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, if I don't receive a call from you, I feel that you're not really want to move very fast as expected. So I'm not saying you should come in now or today. Okay? So, all right. I speak to you when you call. Is that okay?
That's fine, yeah.